Yo, 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 what's going on? Welcome back to a brand new episode of Playing on an SMP like it is 2012. This is episode number 20. This is a big one, and I have some exciting plans in store for you guys today, because we're going to be doing some more base development. Yay! But what I really thought we'd do today is actually start working on a new farm. So I want to start working on a bee farm in today's episode. And yeah, I thought we'd do it down in this section. So I've got a bit of a interesting design, I guess, which takes advantage of some cool looking blocks. And the actual design for it is all going to be centered around the torch flower palette. So I think we might do it down in this section, just because we've already dug it out. Basically, what we're going to be doing with the bees is having like a wall here with the beehives, and then having like a wall here with the beehives as well. So we can get away with making this like one long corridor, as long as wherever we're going leads into another section, or we can do it as a room. And I am more leaning towards the hallway approach, I guess, which means we do need to extend this over in that direction. But yeah, so this is the layout of what our bee farm is going to look like. So we're basically going to have a wall of beehives over here, and then a wall of beehives over there. It's going to be symmetrical, and hopefully it looks pretty good. And like I said, it's going to be inspired based off of the torch flower. So if it's based off of the torch flower, what blocks are we going to be using? Good question. So let's go over to here and actually pick up some torch flowers. So this is the torch flower. So we're going to have, you know, hints of purple, hints of yellow, hints of red, hints of green. Yeah, so that's sort of the color phase I want to work with. And I obviously want to avoid using color palettes that I've already used, because I guess the one consistent thing that we have going on the server is like this purple nether brick bamboo staircase that we have that leads everywhere. But I don't want to just be forced using the same color palettes over and over and over again. So we're going to need to do a little bit of block collecting to get this color palette done. So the first block that I will be needing is terracotta. And in order to get some terracotta, we need to go farming a little bit. There is a desert biome. Let me teleport to Warp Desert first, because if there's sand, there might be terracotta. Yes, there is. See? Perfect. And what we're going to be needing for this is red terracotta. So there's our red blocks in place. So this is the size of what the room is going to be. So yeah, it's more of a hallway approach versus a big open room. And I think that's just better because it's one of those farms that is passive. You don't need to attend to it or anything. So having it as a hallway, actually keeping it in as part of the design is, I just think, overall going to look better. The next block I would like to get is some moss. I don't know if I have any moss. I would like to think that I do. So let's take a look in our chest over here. No, there is no moss there. What about here? Do we have any moss? No moss there either. That's a bit of a surprise. Okay, we need to go get some moss in that case. So we'll grab ourselves a hoe. And what's the best way to get moss in this game? I forget. All you need is one piece of moss, and then you've got all the pieces of moss. I'm surprised. I'm actually shocked that I don't have any moss. I feel like I'm not looking in the right spot, because I should have moss. There we go. Moss. So I actually don't need all that much moss. This is probably enough, to be honest. But we're going to be placing this all the way along here. The next thing I guess we can place is, you guessed it, the torch flower. The next block we actually need is some regular terracotta. Alright, let's see if we can find ourselves a dark forest. And a dark forest in the middle of the night is probably going to be, it's probably not a good idea in hindsight. But if RTP biome can't work for us, we're going to have to do this the old-fashioned way. So let me know in the comments below, do you like this approach of building where I do one block at a time? Or do you prefer the old way where I just collect all the blocks in advance? What do you guys think is more interesting? I think building it all in one go is probably the better way of doing it, but I guess doing it this way brings you guys along for the ride as well. Lets you guys experience what I have to experience, because at the end of the day, that's the whole point of this series. If you guys remember, take you guys along with me in the journey, slow things down, give you guys more of that authentic Minecraft experience. I've really been enjoying making this series for you guys. You know, some episodes that, you know, I think are gonna do really well don't end up doing really well, and then the videos that I'm like, oh yeah, it's just a video, I'm just putting this one out there to keep it, you know, keep the series going. You know, they end up doing better. I don't know, it's been very unpredictable with this series. So in my last video, episode 19, I was really proud of that video. You know, I thought that was going to bang, and it just flopped really, really hard, and that was really disappointing. I actually thought, like, in the first hour or so that it came out, it was a 1 out of 10. And then by the end of the day, it was a 10 out of 10. I've never, I guess, experienced such poor reception from one of my videos. It was just, I don't know, quite defeating, to say the least. But yeah, I guess that's why this video is maybe a little bit more awkward than they normally would be. But look, I by no means demotivated with doing the series or with the server or anything like that. So I will get back into the swing of things. I've actually got the day off today solely to work on putting this video together, so that's why I am playing today. Server's been very quiet recently. You can see now that I am the only person online, and for the most part, I've only ever seen like 1 to 2 people max on the server at any given time. You know, most of the time nobody's on the server, and I guess we're just sort of in that, I don't know, sort of experiencing that sort of hiccup at the moment, and it's quite annoying. But yeah, server's been a little bit quiet recently. You know, I feel the whole Minecraft gate has been a bit quiet. I don't know. Ooh, what is that? Was not expecting to see that. Has somebody got like a raid farm here or something, or is it like a creeper farm? What is this? Somebody tried to build something over here. I got no idea what that is meant to be. Let me know in the comments, what is that? Is that the one I just saw, or is that another? Am I going? I don't know. I don't know what direction I'm going. I lose my bearings when I fly around like this. But one of the things I saw, Hermitcraft came back this week, which is really exciting. That's always sort of hits me with a bit of motivation whenever I see those guys are doing their thing. And I guess, you know, that it means, you know, more viewers are returning to watch Minecraft stuff. So maybe that'll, you know, change, or maybe that'll have an effect on my videos. I'm not entirely sure, but I hope so. I'm going to land right here. And then we're going to see if we can do an RTP biome again. Come on. Yay! We got one. Very good. So, if you haven't already guessed, the reason we need Silk Touch and the reason that we're in a dark forest is to get some of these blocks. The red mushroom block. And of course, our build also is in a sort of semi red theme as well due to the torch flower. So yeah, we're going to need quite a bit of this block. This is actually going to serve as our roof. I was about to say our food, but it's going to be our roof. The next block I'd like to get is a little bit of this block. Crimson stems. Do I have any crimson stems? Doesn't look like it. Crimson stem, crimson stem. Maybe there'll be some in here. Yes, we do have some crimson stem. I think that might actually end up being enough. Okay, so the next block is a little bit of a weird one that I've never crafted this before, but I need some nether brick and I need some nether block, nether wart, because this recipe is red nether bricks. So that gave me a total of 32 red nether bricks. Oh my word. Okay, I'm probably going to need a little bit more than that. How's 47? Hopefully 47's enough. I feel like it's not going to be enough, but maybe it will be enough. I don't know. Let's pop that all in there, as well as the green dye. Every time I say I've got everything I need, I realize I'm missing something else. But I actually think that right now I have everything I need in order to make this build. Okay, so this is what the room is looking like at the moment. I had some complications with the roof. It was originally going to have more of the red nether brick, but then it just ended up looking a little bit too bold. So I think this actually does look a little bit better. I can always raise this block one higher as well, just to have more of a natural curve, but I think for now this does the job. The other change I made was that these trapdoors were going to be down like this, but I've just left it up. But again, I guess just let me know, like, in the comments, what do you guys prefer? You know, when I'm standing here, for example, I like the way that it looks. I like being able to see them, but when I'm looking at it dead on, I think it does look better having the trapdoors down. So I'm a little bit indifferent to this. I guess I'll just pump them all down just based on the original design. But yeah, this is what the room is looking like at the moment. So we're going to put our beehives behind these torch flowers, and then we'll hook up all the redstone. Okay, anyway, we need to get a whole bunch of hoppers. So this is the part of the farm now where we do our redstone and stuff. So I'm just going to turn all of these into hoppers. They're not hoppers. Those hoppers. So we got 64 hoppers. Hopefully that is enough. We then need to get a bunch of parrots, I think. This staircase is a bit of a hindrance as well, you know, because I would like to have an access point maybe here, but I guess for now, or maybe I'll have an access point like up in the ceiling or something, I'm not sure, but I guess for now we'll just do 2 chests over at each side. Now, do I have any chests in here? Yes, I do. So what we can do is we'll just put our chests like over here, so that'll lead into here. So go like this, and I'll do the same thing on this side here. And I'll just do my chests, or my hoppers going into here. Cool. And then we're going to put our beehives on these hopper blocks here, so that the bees can come out and go into the flowers. I think it's fine having it 1 block tall, although now I'm looking at my design on internet and it's 2 blocks tall, but hopefully that's not an issue. And then on top of these blocks here, we also need to have dispensers. So how do we make dispensers? Okay, so for dispensers, we need bows. Do I have string? I don't even have like any string. Let's have a think. Maybe we should calculate exactly how many dispensers we need for this farm. So it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So we need 42 string. Or sorry, 42 bows. So it's actually 42x3, so it's 126 string that we're going to need. So how much string do we have at the moment? 20. We need 1, 2, 6, we have 20. Do I have any string anywhere? Probably not. Let's be real. So what is the best way to get string? So 126 is pretty much 2 stacks. 2 stacks is 128. So we basically need 2 stacks of string. I wish I had a spider farm. You know what? I probably have a spider spawner back at my base. Is it such a bad idea just to place them on the ground? Look, I got four spawners here. This is either going to be a really good idea or a really dumb idea. Alright, it's my new farm. Oh, it's an invisible spider. How's that happened? 2 stacks of string, and also a stack of spider eyes. Not too bad. Okay, so now we should have what we need to make all our dispensers. And I guess the best way to do it is like this? I don't know. Is this the best way to do it? I don't know. Maybe we just make as many as... Let's just do this. I don't know. Let's just stand on here and make as many as we can. Like that. And then we do some dispensers. Dispensers. Oh, God. Oh, we have to do this one at a time. You're kidding me. There we go. 42 dispensers. By golly, that was pretty painful. Okay, so that should be the redstone done there now. So what will happen is we'll have a beehive in here, and when the beehive, or when the comparator will detect when there's honey in the beehive, and then based on the signal strength, it'll go up to here, and then it'll hit the dispenser, which will then activate the shears on the beehive, which will then give us honeycomb, and that'll fall into the hoppers and go into the chest towards the end there. So we need to get ourselves 42 shears. And I guess for this area, you can use either shears or you can do glass bottles. So it just depends on whether you want to collect honey bottles or if you want to collect honeycombs. And I guess I want to collect honeycombs. So for that reason, I'm just going to do shears. And like I said, we need to get 42 pairs of shears. And the easiest way to do that is basically creating 2 lots of 42. Like that. And then if we come up to here, we can just pop them in the dispenser like so. But yeah, so now this is all hooked up, so we just have to get in there and put the beehives in place. But let's just get started and start popping in some beehives in here. And then when we have our problems, which we will have, because it's inevitable, then we'll deal with it then and there. So I actually have a whole bunch of beehives, and they should all be in this chest here, which I can't open because of this piece of thing. There we go. I'll just grab these. Now, these hives should have bees in here, but I don't actually know if they do or they don't, because I remember I was trying to trade with the wandering villager, and he wouldn't let me trade his beehives. So I actually don't know if there's bees in there or not. And so I have 8 bees nests there, but I should have more somewhere else. I just don't know where they are. Where would I put them? Where do I put beehives? I don't know. Alright, anyway, let's just get started with these 8 beehives first of all. And I'm going to go with the trapdoor approach and just pop them in through here. And so what I'll do is I'll just break this and put the terracotta there. And then right here I'll put... Oh, how do I do this? What's the best way to do this? Let's put a thing there. And I'll put the trapdoor like that. And so now, I can get in and out nice and easily. And then we need to... I'll just put the bee nests in like this, facing this way. Oh! What was that sound? Is there a bee in here or not? Hello, bees. Where are the bees at? Why can't I place this? There we go. Oh, maybe they only come out at night or whatever. And it's not nighttime. I'm not entirely certain why. Oh, it's not. It is nighttime, so they're sleeping at the moment, I guess. So maybe they'll only wait until the daytime before they come out. I'm not entirely sure how bees work, as you guys can tell. But I guess this is a good indicator that, yeah, if it's nighttime, they'll be in their thingies. So we can always just wait until nighttime before we go back in and do any maintenance. But let's just take a nap and see if that makes the bees wake up. Yeah, check it out, we got bees, nice. And then I've got 21 combs in there. So I'll put these at the end here. I don't know if they'll make a difference or not. But yeah, look, now we got 21 combs, but that might be from the bees that I already had, I'm not sure. So what I'd like to do is, I guess, go around town and see if we can get ourselves some beehives. And it might be a good idea as well to actually... Ooh, you're not escaping, are you? Is that a baby bee? How do bees mate? Or how do you get little bees? I think you just have to like feed them flowers, or maybe it does. Maybe they do them naturally. I don't know. Are those little bees or big bees? I think they're little bees, right? So I think maybe they're breeding each other over the flowers. So I'm going to do some running around this base for starters. And I just want to get myself a bunch of beehives. And I don't really mind that it's the middle of the day. Because I know that these bees can just, you know, rebreed or whatever. Anyway, we got one there. So let's see how many we get. That's one. There's another one. These cherry trees are really good for getting beehives as well. So I can probably just farm up a bunch of trees, and that's a good way to spawn in beehives as well. So we might give that a crack once we've explored the entire area. But check it out, we've already got 3 beehives. There's another one. That one's full of honey. That's 4. Oh, there's another one over there. I don't know why there's like no bees out either. Bit odd. at 5. There's another one. Oh, there he goes. He's gone in. He's gone in. Forget him now. 6. Hey guys. I'm gonna take your beehive. Hopefully you're not too mad at me. There's another one. And then there's another one. There's one more. There's another one over there. There's one there. This is fun. There's so many of them. I'll go this way. Oh, there's another one. Look how many beehives there are. My goodness. So many. Another one there, another one there. But I have filled up my inventory already. So just remember, all we need is 42 of these beehives. So I'm just going to pop them in this chest up here. So we need 33. So this is 27, 28, 29, 30, 1, 2, 3. So if I stop here, that is the total amount of bees' nests that I need. So let's just keep on exploring and grab ourselves another... How many is it? 9, 15. So we need 15 more bees' hives. So check it out, guys. We've got the total amount of bees' nests that we need, plus 1. That is enough to fill this entire area. We just need to wait now until nighttime so that the bees can go back into their hives, and then we can go in there and place them. And whilst we're waiting, let's just take a look at this chest over here to see how much honeycomb we have collected. So as you guys recall, we had 21. Now we have... Ooh, 21 plus 15. So that's pretty awesome. So what can we do with honey blocks? Or honeycomb? So obviously we can use honeycomb to wax copper, I believe. And so, you know, that's so, you know, as it oxidizes, we can wax it and then it'll stay in place as the same color. But another thing we can do is craft honeycomb blocks. And I guess that just gives us another awesome block to work with and add to our color palette. So maybe we'll like build it into the floors, or I don't know, maybe we'll just save it for a build in the future. But yeah, it's very exciting. Now we've got honeycomb as well. It looks like it's turning night now as we speak, and all the bees have gone into hiding. Hopefully none of them escape. That's my biggest fear, that we have all the bees escaping. But now look, all the bees are coming out now. How awesome is that? But yeah, lots of satisfying sounds. I assume that's just the bees like coming and going. The bong bongs, but yeah, it is a very much a satisfying sound. So I've decided to finish off the design, but I'm going to need to get myself some more terracotta. First block we'll get started with is the green. So we'll do a layer of green here. And same thing over here. Hopefully I've got enough of everything. I've sort of just assumed that each line is, you know, 21 blocks because that's what we've needed here. So I've just done everything as sort of factors of 21. What's fun about this build is we're using terracotta. And in all the other builds I've done, I've used concrete. So it's, I don't know, I like the fact that we're using terracotta. Or, yeah, we're using terracotta for a change. I prefer to have frog lights for these areas, but because obviously I don't have any frog lights, I can't use them. But in the future, we might change it up. But yeah, I suppose I'll just get started by placing the fully oxidized copper. I don't need to put any honey on this, I guess, because it's not like it's going to change color now. It's fully oxidized. Okay. And then we put the weathered stuff in place. And this here, we are going to honeycomb. With just one shy. Almost perfect. There we go. And just because I am honeycombing the weathered stuff, I'm just going to honeycomb the fully oxidized stuff as well. Because why not? But there we go. We now have our floor design. And I don't know, I think this just looks unique and interesting. And again, I've gone for these colors here, especially the oxidized stuff, because it sort of faintly reminds me of, you know, this light color on the torch flower. Like, this was the closest color I could find. You know, this one and the weathered one. And so I've just got a bit of a gradient going. So it goes green, lime, weathered, and then fully oxidized. And then, I don't know, I just put blue glass in as well, because I think it looks cool. But yeah, I guess this is what our room is looking like now. So I think this is probably a good point to wrap up today's episode. So if you have enjoyed, remember to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye-bye.